Hello everyone and welcome to Bevan's Bricks, and we are continuing on with the live build of the Boutique Hotel. It's a set that I know a lot of people are absolutely excited about. And hello Isaac Reyes, Fox Leader, Kenneth Swan, Pete Waja, Bricks and Gardening, Steve Weiser, Pete Waja again. He says, I've never been this early. No, you haven't. You were like right on the dot, my friend. And I am having a great day now that I'm home, Kenneth, and thank you so much for saying that and asking that. And hello, Riley. Yo, 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 yo. Sup? Anyway, let's get to, you know what, let me give it a little bit more light here. Oop, I don't have it plugged in. Well, as long as you guys can see it clearly, I guess we're okay. Because that just causes glare for me anyway. Hope everybody's having a good day. The weather by me is insanely cold right now. So it's nice to be indoors, to say the least, because it was a bitter day outside today. And I was so happy when I got home because of how bitter cold it was. I hope everybody else's weather is not so horrible, because it is horrible here. Papa's Bricks, Guy Martin, hey. And thank you so much, Brick Sergeant. Brick Sergeant just donated $1.99. Awesome of you, my friend, and very kind. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. There it is. I was going to say, what's the delay? I don't see it. Wanted to make sure it was coming through. Hello, Sometimes Bat. Aaron, it's raining. That's good. And 32 degrees, Lego Joe. I wish it was 32 degrees here. It was, I think it was -1 when I went to work this morning, and it got to a high of like 8 degrees for the day. So it was a pretty miserable day, to say the least. And I just realized that I have been forgetting to do the inside of this the whole time. So let me hurry up and slap this part together. I don't know how I missed that. Last one. Oh, that's what it is. I gotta put a light there. There we go. Aaron DeLilo, hey, how you doing, my friend? Eccentric Bricks. He says, Daryl, thank you for shout outs on the support. And everyone also supports my Instagram, and that's awesome, my friend. I'm glad to hear that the shout outs have helped, because you deserve it with that awesome artwork. And I guess it's not visible. And say I have your artwork up behind me, but you can't really quite see it. I wonder if you can see here. There you go. So now you can see them. I'll leave the camera up high like that for a few minutes so everybody can see it. If you're not familiar, Eccentric Bricks, also known as Diego, does some amazing artwork, and he also does a lot of other interesting things as well, including the fact that he is building a display table for me, and the artwork that is behind me, up above me, and I will zoom this in real quick for you guys to see. The Harley Quinn and the Darth Maul that you see behind me up here, those were done by Eccentric Bricks. Again, he does amazing work, and he does do commission work as well. So if that's something that you're interested in or looking for, don't forget to give him a shout, because he does do really, really good work. 55 degrees and still having a hot cup of coffee. You got to have a hot cup of something, man, because 55 degrees, that's... Actually, what am I thinking? 55 degrees, I'm jealous. And that was one thing that was kind of messed up about our trip to Texas. The first day we got to Texas, it was only 32 degrees. And we were like, what the heck? Because everything that I've always heard, quite simply, was that Texas is normally a warm state. And let me tell you, it was not a very warm welcome. It was not a warm welcome at all. And I just realized I am using the wrong part on these. It did warm up the day that we left. I think it finally got up to 56 degrees, if I remember. But whew, it was definitely cold in Texas for our little visit there. Very, very cold, to say the least. It's like I told them, everybody at Axis Corporation when I was down there, I said it looks as though I apparently have brought the horrible winter weather of Michigan with me. Because my understanding is shortly after we left, it did warm right back up. Of course, I wasn't there to enjoy it. So that is to be expected. Oh, I got to put these back on. Bricks and gardening. Oh, everybody's gonna brag about how warm it is at their houses now. that's what I'm seeing. A lot of people bragging about how warm it is. Fox Leader says, so how long do you think the rebuild of this is gonna take? 3-4 days? God, it'll be more than that once I get going on it. I'm not even sure exactly what I'm doing yet. I have a few ideas, but until I actually get tearing into it, and I gotta order parts and everything on this, so it'll be a while. I still have to finish my... Did I do everything? Yes. I still have to finish my Privet Drive mock, and I'm also waiting on parts for my Ghostbusters hotel, or Ghostbusters firehouse, because I'm building the building behind it. So both those projects will be getting done when I'm ordering parts for this. So I won't be coming back to this after I get it built for at least a few weeks. Like I said, everybody bragging about their weather. And hey, Eggtown Egg, how are you? Bag number 4. I will say this though, even though I'm jealous of everybody's warm weather, you can have all the little creepy critters that you have. Because that's one of the things or one of the reasons that I like Michigan so much, is we don't have all the little creepy critters. We don't have the scorpions and all the poisonous spiders and poisonous snakes and all that good stuff. Because I do not miss the creepy critters. I used to spend my summers in Georgia as a kid, and they had some creepy critters down there. Luckily, none of them were super poisonous that ever got me. I had encountered several copperhead snakes and water moccasins and things of that nature. I'd seen black widows and other creepy critters, but thankfully nothing ever got a hold of me, except a scorpion. But the scorpion wasn't poisonous. It just stung like a bee sting is the best way I can explain a scorpion sting. And them little things, they're rotten because they don't just sting once. They hit you and then they keep hitting you until you get away from them. So that was my little learning experience with scorpions. Rita says, we in Texas mostly have 2 seasons, summer and winter. I have, however, seen 4 seasons in one day. That's Michigan weather right there. All 4 seasons in one day. I've actually had it. This year specifically has been one of those really weird years. And what I mean by that is this year I have seen it go from a nice 62 degrees down to 30s all in the same day. And it's really been a crazy weather year, to say the least. And it needs to go away. I'm ready for the warm weather to come back. I'm already over winter. Christmas came and went, and now I'm done. I don't want winter no more. I want sunny weather. Just my 2 cents on it anyway. It's a cute couch. Nice big fluffy couch for a very fancy hotel. Hope Everybody likes the build and chill music. That's what I call this. And for those that are curious, I use Streamlabs for streaming. And this is music that I have a subscription for through Streamlabs. So I don't have to worry about any type of community tab strikes or anything, because I pay for a subscription for use. So that is something that a lot of people seem to question me on about a lot, is where's the music from and how can they get it. And that's why I always like to make sure I tell people that I do pay a monthly fee for the use of the music that you hear. At least when you move up here in March, Eccentric Bricks, because March is my birthday. It's on the warming up side. Don't get me wrong, we can still have snow in March. I've seen snow as late in the year as April, but generally in March it starts to stay at least steady 30s here. It's the end of December, January, and February are our worst months up here for cold. So we're right in the middle of our cold weather season. And sometimes it seems like our cold weather season lasts longer than our summer weather. At least this particular past year, it was kind of feeling that way. And why on earth? This must be some really special for all these plates. There's like a ton of plates in this little tiny build. Buzz Evil 66 says he dreams someday of having a city like mine, and he said his birthday's in March also. Well, happy early birthday. And it's like I tell everybody, anybody can have the city like I have. It's just all a matter of being willing to spend the money to do it is quite simply what it boils down to. And doing it for a long time, because I do also like to remind everybody that this is 22 years of me purchasing, holding, rat holing, buying, selling, and all that good stuff. So this insanity collection of mine does not happen overnight unless you're very wealthy, and I am not. I'd like to be, though. I think we'd all like to be, though. Hey, Dale, how are you? Birthday party at the Lego store? Yeah, we could do that. Oh, I already have that piece on. I wish they still did a lot of the things they used to do at the Lego stores, as far as like the passport books and all that stuff, but they don't do any of that anymore, sadly. Although, as far as being a birthday party at the Lego store, I don't think they would really want to have an adult Lego party there. They usually want to have a bunch of little kids. But they do have the Discovery Center here also, because we have a Discovery Center and the Lego store. The Discovery Center is a little bit further north of the Lego store. And honestly, I have never been there, so I need to take a trip and see that at some point. You know, I am amazed at how few parts they have these sets separated into. They have made it so easy for building these sets anymore. It's amazing, because when I was a kid, it was just you open the bag and here's the picked pieces, figure it out. And thank you, Kenneth. He says, have fun watching me build. You can always find him in my streams. Robert Sullivan says, sounds like New Mexico weather, 70 at the days and 30 at night. That's crazy. That's kind of how Michigan is. I said it's weird. We have some really, really weird weather lately. That's the nicest way I can describe it. Very, very different weather. forward one more. It's alright. It's like, I think it was Dale that said he doesn't mind the cold weather, and I don't mind 30, 40 cold. It's the negatives that just bone chill you. Keep in mind, I work outside a lot of times, and working outside in those temperatures can be very miserable. And that's part of the reason why I personally hate cold weather. Steve said, no, they haven't sold parts by the box that I've known of for quite a few years. So that must have been back, I'm going to say, a good 5 to 10 years ago when you were still collecting there, Steve. Trust me, I ask all the time if I can just buy a full box, and they do not let you, unfortunately. Because if they would, I would be in there buying boxes of stuff all the time. I would ask them specifically to order me certain parts just so I could buy the boxes. And I honestly think the reason that they do that is, quite honestly, because they make more money selling it individually as opposed to selling it by the box. So, I mean, I get it, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to make money. But of course, we would all wish they would sell it by the box because it would be cheaper, but it is what it is. We have to do what they say, sadly. I would even be happy if they would just let you buy it by the box directly through Lego themselves. It doesn't have to be through the Lego store or anything. But sadly, they do not. But at least you can order up to 1,000 pieces, so we do have that going for us. No, I agree, Dale. I would take 30, 40 degrees all the time. Absolutely. Hello, Alpha Omega Zulu. John said this build took him 4 hours. That's awesome. That's not that long at all then. Like I said, the way that they have it all divided, I can see how it would be a quick build if I wasn't talking to people. That's kind of what messes me up, is I get the tendency to chat when I'm building, when I'm live streaming anyway. And it kind of deters me from building super fast. The only way I can build fast is if I'm not talking to people. Maybe we can all petition the new owners of Toys R Us to have a pick-a-brick wall in their new stores. It's worth a shot. They might get us a chance to listen. I don't know anywhere locally by me where they're opening any Toys R Us's. My understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that supposed to be when they start opening those up anyway? Isn't that supposed to be in like Macy's or something like that, where they're going to open those up at? That would be nice if they would. I would sign that petition. You know, years ago, I had looked into trying to open a store, a Lego store, and they denied me. And the reason they denied me is because I didn't have a brick and mortar store, is what they called it. But the discount for buying Lego that you get if you're buying it in bulk, it's not quite as good as you would think it would be. And here's what I mean by that. When you're buying from Lego to buy Lego sets to sell and distribute, I would have thought it would have been like 50 or 60% less than retail. And the deal back when I looked into it, and again, mind you, I'm talking over goodness, I have to say it was probably over 10 years ago when I looked into it. But there's not that much markup on Lego. The markup, or what you can buy it for at that point in time anyway, was 35% off retail price is what the stores were able to purchase it for minimum quantities anyway, because minimum quantity to them was you had to make a $5,000 purchase once a quarter to be a Lego distributor, and again, it had to be in a brick and mortar store. Holy crap, Frankenbrick says it was only 3 degrees where he's at this morning. That's crazy. But anyway, that is my little tale of why I never opened a Lego store. Because I did not have a brick and mortar front to advertise it from. I was trying to get it, what I was trying to do is I was trying to open an online store back when the online communities really started to explode. And I just, like I said, I couldn't do it, which it actually cracks me up, and this is what I mean by that. Lego denied me back when I was trying to do it, but yet Amazon is nothing but an online store, and they're able to sell Lego. So I don't know how that quite works, or maybe their policies have changed. But I know when I checked into it, they would not allow it. Hello, Angry Dragon. How are you, my friend? Fox Leader says, Solid Brick Studios has gotten boxes of parts for when he did a commission from Lego to do a Star Wars Bad Batch mock. Now, how you do that? I got a frog in my throat tonight. Lego does allow people to be able to purchase boxes and other things. If you're doing, I'm trying to remember the specific term that they use. It's not a commission. I'm not in a law. The word ain't coming to my mind. There's a specific term though that they use, and if you're building something to say put on display somewhere because you're advertising for Lego, they will let you or will sponsor you in the aspect of giving you some really cheap prices. And when I say really cheap prices, they will sell you pieces as cheap as what they allow you to buy from like Lug Bulk. But it has to be something that meets their community guidelines in the aspect of where it's going to be displayed and so forth. And thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate that. Alpha Omega says, can't use a payment processor these days and have it online. Yes, you can. But again, like I said, this was years ago when I initially checked into it. I should check into it again is what I should do. But like I said, though, I do know that the quantities you have to have are pretty large, to say the least. And when I was trying to do it, I was just setting up a basic store, or a basic website, I should say. And I was going to do a lot of sales through eBay. And again, this was, like I said, it was probably over 10 years ago when I was looking at trying to do that. So maybe I should check into that again, because it's been a long time since I actually inquired about that. So I think that would be awesome to be able to have a Lego store and be able to sell parts and things. Because then I, like my viewers, I could give you guys, or I shouldn't say give you guys, but I could sell stuff directly to you guys. Let you know when things are coming in my live streams and such. If I was going to be getting a certain set that people are looking for or whatever. That would be kind of cool. To have an inside scoop, an inside way of selling stuff to you guys. Like the new modular building, be like, hey, I know I'm getting 20 of them, and I'm going to be selling them tomorrow night, and so on and so forth. Angry Dragon says Brick Fair is adding another show in Virginia. Very cool. looks good. Eccentric Bricks says collaboration. Alpha Omega says, yeah, dude, there's a few ways to do it. I'll tell you in a comment under one of your videos. Awesome. I appreciate that, Alpha Omega Zulu. Because I think that would be beneficial for not just me, for you guys and everybody else. And then, you know, when you come to my channel, I can tell you, hey, such and such is coming tomorrow, or so on and so forth. I just got to save up some money so I can start making the purchases. Because, like I said, I know, and again, this might have changed. But I know back in the day, it was like $5,000 a quarter was your minimum purchase, or it was somewhere around that number size anyway. I thought you had to be established for a while too, was another requirement. You had to have had the storefront or whatever for X amount of months or something, or a year. Or I remember there being some really goofy requirements that they had. I don't quite remember them all because it has been so long. Holy cow, Atlanta Bricks just bought a $100,000 Lego collection in Florida. That is insane. That's cool, but insane. My guess is they saw a lot of value in the particular collection that they bought. Otherwise, they wouldn't have bought or spent that much. It was probably worth considerably more. Would be my guess anyway. Steve says the last full box of parts he bought from a Lego store was $70, and it was for 1,824 1x8 white tiles. That would have been a nice freaking haul. How many years ago was that, Steve? Kenneth says if you opened a store, I would send you my wish list every month. 2012, okay, so like I said, I thought it was about 10 years ago was when they stopped all that. And Eccentric Brick says all sealed. Oh man, that makes me wonder what they got. I bet you it was something really amazing, to say the least. Because like I said, for them to have spent that much money, it had to be one heck of a collection. And I'm sure they're going to double, if not triple, their revenue from the purchase of that. Yeah, I might have to check into that again, Kenneth. I think that would be pretty cool to have my own little Lego store. Then when stuff don't sell, heck, I can just rip it open and use some parts. It's a win-win. Oh, and his Bricklink store. Wow. Oh, I can imagine they eat up the local market with a ton. They kill all the small guys, but I mean, isn't that kind of the reality of everything? And what I mean by that is any big business. I mean, let's talk about Amazon, because they have been putting people out of business for years. And it's quite simply because they have the revenue that they can buy big quantities and they can sell it quicker and offer better deals. And that's kind of the way, it's kind of the way it's always been. We're talking years and years ago. My family used to own a store. And this was back before I was born even. But I remember my grandparents telling me about stories when they had the Bevan's General Store down in Kentucky. But the point I was going to make about that is when they were in business, that's when a lot of your bigger supermarkets started. And mind you, when I'm talking bigger supermarkets, I'm talking big supermarkets from 30 years ago. So I'm talking about like your Piggly Wigglies, your Kroger's, your A&P and stuff like that starting to start up. And because of the quantities that the larger stores buy. Generally, the larger the quantity, the better the bargain that you get. And because they were able to buy such large quantities, these stores were able to sell products like milk. Was one thing that I remember specifically being told about. They could sell milk cheaper to the consumer than my grandparents could buy it to put it on the store shelf. And that is how these big businesses put the little guy out of business, because they have the revenue to quite simply do it. No, I can, and like I said, that is how it works, man. The big guys buy up the little guys, and then it just puts the little guys out. And good evening, Kip Hoffman. Alpha Omega says Hills. John Garrett says he once got a Lego Star Wars collection for 45-gallon totes worth. Guy wouldn't take any cash, only wanted the containers back, so he put a $100 gift card in his totes and left. That was very kind of you, and holy crap, 45-gallon totes. That is a score, my friend. I haven't, because I used to find stuff like that all the time. It's been years. I'm going to say it's probably the last really good deal I got. I want to say it was about 5 years ago. And that good deal was, it was, what the heck? I'm trying to remember how it was, because I had one tote, and then I think it was 4 50-gallon garbage bags, the big hefty garbage bags. And I paid, it was $200 for all of it. I still have the one tote left. I've sorted most of it. I got to a point where I was just tired of sorting everything. But it was a huge collection. I was really excited about that deal. But there's so many people into Lego now and so many people buying it that it is really, don't get me wrong, the big companies like Atlanta Brick Company and other places, are really squashing a lot of people, but there's just so many people in Lego in general now that it's almost impossible to try and get a good deal anymore, because there's so many people out there looking. And if you, like on Facebook, that someone brought up, Facebook Marketplace, if you're not on there and you don't find that deal within the first few seconds of it popping up, you're not going to be one of the individuals that are going to be able to get it. And then on top of that, a lot of the people absolutely already know the value. So what a lot of people are doing is they're taking their Lego collections, if for their kids' Lego collections, and they're doing what I always referred to as referring to what I refer to as cherry picking. They're taking out all like the valuable minifigs and different parts or whatever that they know that might be of value, and giving you the leftover pieces, garbage, if you will. Not that it's garbage, but it's not the valuable parts of the collection, and selling it that way is what I find more often than not. That first Sandcrawler, I have that, but mine's disassembled. But to me, the first Sandcrawler was the best one. I never bought another Sandcrawler after that. The first Sandcrawler was brick built, where the newer ones are all built with tiles. But that to me, that Sandcrawler is a very, very nice build, and at some point I will probably put it back together. I know the pieces are in my containers behind me. I'm just going to have to fish for them. The only thing that I thought really sucked about the first Sandcrawler was that the front windows on the Sandcrawler itself were stickers, and I want to say because my kids used to play with them, and that's what it was bought for, was for my kids to play with, so it wasn't a bad thing, but because they used to play with them and all that, it actually wore the sticker off it, unfortunately. I think it's still partially on it, but it's wore off pretty good too. Angry Dragon says he got a good deal on Classic Space in 2022. I laughed when they say what the value is and they have it overpriced. You know, the problem is, though, again, because there's so many people into Lego now, there's a lot of people that are new to the Lego community, and they just, I don't know if it's that they don't necessarily know what the values are or what, but they're willing to pay the ridiculous prices that you see on some stuff. And some things are ridiculously priced because of how rare it is, so I do understand that totally. Because like I said, I used to resell myself, and if I knew what the value of something was, I wouldn't sell it for something less, especially when you know somebody's willing to pay for it. But I do get the frustration of seeing stuff that's really high priced when you want to buy it. And hey CC, how are you? Lipper Otter says best hauls he's ever gotten was from being helpful with prices, advices on selling stuff and auctions. Got a huge lot lately because his mom just didn't want to go just didn't want to go through the hassle of auction. I can get that, because that is, but again, like I said, normally, at least for me anyway, anytime you got to be quick on it, I guess is the point that I'm trying to get at, or it's got to be someone locally that you know. A lot of times, frequently, what I find is somebody will be talking to me and start talking about Lego or whatever, and oh, I just threw away with 20, and it's like, oh my god, why do you tell me that? Or I gave it to Goodwill, and it's like, well, I want to choke you. Well, if I'd known that you were into it, I'd have just gave it to you, and it's like, well, you know, you've known me for how many years? And Shane Hart, hello. He says, I'll be getting this new modular for my city. Am I going to the Brick Fair thing? Just seen Yeti's video. He's going. I'm intending on going. I haven't been able to get tickets or score anything yet, though. I'm waiting because if I'm going there, I'm going to be going and displaying some stuff with Charm City Bricks. So I'm still waiting for some official word from him. We were trying to get it kind of set up and going a while back, but they haven't got the website up and going yet, so I can't do nothing. But that is my intention, is to go to Brick Fair, Virginia this year, yes. Again, though, like that's what I was just saying, though, Angry Dragon, unfortunately, you're right, because I see stuff that's way overpriced all the time myself, and that I've bought in bulk stuff, and I've found it in it before. But again, it's just, a lot of people are just willing to pay it, because they don't know better, because they're newer to the Lego group, Lego community. And if you're new and you don't know better, you know, unfortunately, you don't know better. And that is how a lot of people are able to sell stuff so high, because you have so many people that just, quite frankly, don't know better. Oh, I agree with that. But I mean, isn't everything kind of a shot in the dark? It's all about time and chance more than anything. And what didn't... Oh, I skipped a step. There we go. I almost did it. Almost missed a step. I was going to say, something didn't look right, though. There we go. Much better. Now we have to put all these little dudes on. Man, I can hear the wind just howling outside. I just hope that means it's going to warm up a little. Usually when it's a windy day like that here, it's usually a drastic temperature change. Shane Hart says, hope I get it sorted. Oh, I'm sure we'll get it sorted. Like I said, this is something that me and Charm have wanted to get together and do for a while. It's just a matter of just getting, like you said, getting it sorted, basically. And I'm very confident we will get it sorted. And I love this technique. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen all this stuff. I know me building this is probably boring because so many other people got it early, but I love this railing. This is a very cool railing technique. They're using a whip to bring it down and out and over. It gives it a really, really cool effect. I mean, how awesome does that look? Because that, I have to say, that I have never seen that technique used before. That is very cool. It makes for a very fancy stairwell there. And it looks very natural like that. So, beautiful, beautiful design. Beautiful, beautiful, to say the least. I doubt I can only do maybe one. Gotta remember that is a very long drive for me, and I have to take vacation time from work to be able to do those types of things. So no, if I go to one, it'll be it. It won't be two of them. And again, it's quite simply because for me to go far away like that, I do have to take time off from work. Now, if I was a full-time YouTuber, yeah, I would probably travel to events year-round, but I am not at that point, unfortunately. I am not sure about the VIP coins. They were talking about it, but I'm not sure at all. I totally agree, Kip. That whip is definitely a very nice touch. Get in there. Like I said, I've never seen that technique used before. I think that was a very cool technique. The gun as a door handle I've seen before, but a little bit of class to that. And good afternoon, MJ Gart. I'm just going to say MJ. Hoping who comes to Brick Fair, Virginia this year, Angry Dragon? It's supposed to be in that. Yeah, but you know what, Steve? That I'm honestly excited about that because after today, 38 degrees would be a very warm welcome. I want to say it was late this afternoon. It was funny because it was ridiculously cold all day. And then late this afternoon, it shot up temperature-wise. And it was right when I was leaving work. It's like you couldn't have done this while I was at work. And I didn't put that piece on. But yeah, I personally hope that it does warm up like that because we're going to be doing some roadway lighting tomorrow. So we will be outdoors all day tomorrow. Fun, fun, fun. I'm honestly not sure, Blinky Bricks. I figured you would have known. Because that's more you're in Charm's neck of the woods. Because at least I thought that was the show that he was telling me he wanted me to go to was Brick Fair, Virginia. He said it's not even posted yet, though. Something about because I was going to start doing my sign up and entry and all that, and the site's not even set up yet. So he was kind of like, what the heck? No, I agree. 514, I'm personally not interested in those coins. I don't see a value in them myself, but I do understand why people like them. It's not something I want to spend money on. And what did I miss over here that... Oh, that's what I missed. I've got to do all these. And Eccentric Bricks, thank you so much, my friend. Eccentric Bricks just donated $10 and said thank you. And thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. That was very kind of you. Building me a display table, and now you're some of you, Eccentric Bricks. I really do appreciate that. Angry Dragon says it's going to happen as long as the convention center or the expo center gets its act together. Like I hope so. And this is going to borderline on politics, and I apologize. I personally think there's a lot of worrying about a lot of different things going on due to everything that's going on in the world, as we all know, with COVID and all that stuff. And I think a lot of things kind of are dependent upon rules, laws, whatever that may be coming in the future. So that, I think, is part of the slowdown with a lot of things still in the world. No, I agree with you, Ken. Like I personally didn't get any of them. I didn't see the value in buying any of those coins. That's just my 2 cents anyway. And it's like a lot of things. There's a lot of things I wouldn't mind buying, but it's kind of like I would rather. It's like here lately. I'll give you a good example. I really haven't been buying a lot of sets like I used to. I used to buy tons and tons and tons of sets. And here lately, I'm not as interested. I've been buying more parts than I have been anything as of lately. And it's because, for me anyway, I really enjoy building mocks. Is one of the biggest reasons of that. It's like this dark orange color that I'm using on my Ghostbusters firehouse, the building that's behind it anyway. I just bought another, because I already had, it was either 2,000 or 3,000 of that particular orange piece that I'm using, and I just ordered another 1,000 of them, just to make sure I have enough to go as big as I want to go, because I really intend on going very big. At least I hope anyway. Angry Dragon says Big Fair, Alabama is going to be crazy. Same weekend as the football game this year. Yeah, I can see where that would be a little bit on the crazy side then, because everybody will be in there hooting and hollering over who's doing what and who's playing what. And did I mess up? Because I have a bunch of dots. I have a bunch of gold dots. I didn't. Oh, they're there. Now I see them. Now I see them. It was hard to tell the difference on the screen. And I'm with you, Steve. If I can't build it, I can't buy it. I am totally with you. And CC, thank you so much for joining the membership. And don't forget to click in the in community tabs. Don't forget to click the link to get into Discord. And after I get off of here, I will make sure you get assigned to your proper levels. That way you can see the channels, because I don't think you can see all the chat channels until I assign you your membership level role. But again, thank you so much for joining the membership, CC. That's very appreciative. Okay, now I have the proper amount of extra pieces. Holy crap, and Imagine It 3D just joined too. Thank you so much. And again, same thing. Don't forget to check community tabs. With all you guys joining, holy cow, guys. Kenneth Swan just donated $5. Thank you, buddy. You guys are on fire. You're making it rain. And yes, that to me, that's... And thank you so much. BWIB Officials is looking great so far. I would be interested in that eccentric bricks when you get moved up here to Saline. We will definitely talk. And yes, but I agree with you, Angry Dragon, as far as it is a lot to deal with in a lot of different places. Because every state's got different rules and stuff, and that's why I said that could be part of the problem. What I was going to do, though, here real quickly, just to make sure the newest link is set up. Give me 1 second here, guys. Because we just had 2 people join, so I really want to make sure that I have the newest joining link posted. For everybody. So it'll be the top thing that you see. Make sure you click that link I just posted, and that will get you into the Discord group. And like I said, after the stream, I will get you guys assigned to your correct levels. And CC, thank you so much again for the $10 donation. I just want to go back through that again. Kenneth Swan, thank you so much for your $5 donation, and thank you again, Imagine It 3D and CC, both for joining the bronze membership, and Eccentric Bricks for his $10 donation as well. You guys are freaking awesome. I really do appreciate that. It is. It's like I said, it is raining. Greg says I gotta get my headphones. That's, all these donations are getting in. It's something I do want to point out, because I know a lot of people liked some of the things and some of the changes I was doing with my streams, and I have some really exciting changes I'm hoping to have coming soon. I'm just still waiting on a few more things. It probably won't be till Friday until I can positively, because I'm waiting to find out about a few bills. But once I find out about a couple different bills, I'm looking at investing a large amount of money into some more video equipment. The reason I'm telling you this is because the video equipment is going to be a remote controlled camera that I can place like in my city or wherever I want to place it in the barn. And while we're doing live streams, I'll be able to zoom in. It's going to have a 30 times optical zoom. So I could sit here, click over to my other camera, and then zoom in and look at stuff. And then I can use my headset. So while I'm talking, I can change from camera to camera. And if I want, I can get up and walk over to my city and talk while that's going on. And then come back over here and sit and build to try and make my live streams a little bit more unique, for lack of a better word. But I'm hoping to get some of that equipment, as long as everything's paid the way that I think it's going to be. I'm hoping to get some of that equipment here in the next few weeks. And then it's going to be a matter of me playing with it and trying to figure out how to get it all set up. And hey, Bricklock, how are you, my friend? It is raining today. At least it seemed like a lot of people really liked that new setup when I kind of did that over there as a test with my headgear that I have. And to me, it was kind of a lot of fun because I had the big screen to have everybody's comments up and be visible for me to read and stuff as I was walking around. But I'm always looking for ways to improve, change, help my live streams and make them a better viewing experience for everybody. Raven says, hey everybody, we're all stream surfing together. And hello, Joshua Long Photography. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Bricklock. And hello, R. Claxton. Charm City says, and thank you so much, Brick Sergeant, for that $3 donation, my friend. I appreciate you. Charm City was saying, did everyone see all the new parts from all the new sets that became available on Pick-a-Brick today? And no, I did not, and I need to make a news video about that for tomorrow, but I was kind of waiting so I could make some orders myself. So thanks, Charm. But Charm City is absolutely correct. There is a ton of new parts available on the online Pick-a-Brick store today. It's not that they're bargain prices, but there's a lot of parts that have not been on there before. So if you want to catch some good parts before people like myself or Charm, because I know he's already scoured them, if you want to get some good deals on some good parts, I really recommend you get on there and check it out. And that's awesome, Imagine It 3D. And thank you so much for that $2 donation. He says, you have inspired me to build Lego again. And I love hearing that. That is freaking awesome. Welcome to the Lego world, my friend. Oh, so it's not pick-a-brick, it's bricks and pieces. Okay. Well, that makes sense, because they probably got all the pieces that I need to order for this now, don't they? All the nougat and the flesh. Is that what they're calling the new color, by the way, Charm? Are they calling it the flesh tone? The color that they use on the next floor of this? Because I didn't look to see what the official new color was. You got some squirrels and kittens? That's very cool, Angry Dragon. And for you guys that if you're not aware, when Charm says brick and pieces, B&P, when you go to that particular website, that is the portion of the Lego website that you have to go to the customer service. It's where you go to order missing pieces. So if you do want to go check that out, we can, or I should say you can, go to the customer service area, go to the ordering missing pieces area, so to speak, but you're going to be ordering just extra pieces, and yeah, you'll see exactly what he is talking about. And what am I missing? I'm missing something. There it is. Oh, it's not flesh. It's light nougat. Okay, so everything is nougat. So I want dark nougat and light nougat. Okay, that makes sense. For some reason, I thought it was the flesh color. So it's light nougat. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is nougat, right? So this fleshy color is light nougat. That's what I needed to know. And to me, that's flesh. But if Lego's calling it nougat, we'll call it nougat. And it's funny because talking about... Oh, that's cool. That is actually a printed piece. How awesome. I expected that to be a sticker. So that's new to me. So we were talking, actually it was me and Charm were talking. Has anybody else seen the new Lego sets that are coming out? Have you heard any of the news on it? Because there's a whole bunch of really cool sets. And, okay, so regular nougat and then the light nougat. That's because light nougat is what I'm going to need the most of. I have a ton of regular nougat already. But me and Charm were talking earlier today about some of the awesome new sets that are coming out. And yesterday in my live stream, someone had asked about if there's going to be a new train this year. And yes, there's going to be a new train this year. Yesterday, my official answer was I don't know, because I didn't at that time. But it turns out some news came out today, and they are going to be releasing a new train this year. So that's something that's really exciting. Really, really exciting. You like chocolate? Oh, chocolate nougat and Three Musketeers. Different kind of nougat, though, I think we're talking there. That's an edible nougat. We're talking about the color nougat. Different. But yes, I can see why you would like the chocolate nougat and Three Musketeers. I would love to get some cows and sheep and ducks and chickens, and I think that would be freaking awesome. And you know what, Charm? Because we were talking about this before you stepped in also. because everybody was asking, it's Brick Fair, Virginia that I'm supposed to come and display with you, correct? And do you know what the dates of that is supposed to be? Because everybody was asking me, and I honestly am not sure. I was going to ask you also, did they, because I keep forgetting to ask you about that, did they ever get the website set up and get everything kind of going and working? Or is everything still down? Like I said, you gotta love new trains. Angry Dragon, if you don't have the current train, I would make that a priority to get, my friend, because quite simply, it's obviously it's going to be getting discontinued before they bring out the new one. So you might want to speed up the train, so to speak, on buying that particular set if that was something that you were really wanting to get. Otherwise, you may end up missing out on that. First weekend of August. There we go. So for all you guys that were asking, the show is the first weekend in August. So that is when I should be going to Brick Fair, Virginia. Pending Charm telling me what I'm going to have to build and what I got to bring, because I do want to point out that I will be displaying with the Charm City lug, Charm City himself. At least that is our official plan anyway. Okay, so next week it'll shift to Virginia. Okay, so there's the answers on that, guys, for everybody that was asking. So give it another week or two. We all know now it is the first weekend in August that I intend on going. And give it another week or two, and hopefully I'll be able to get everything set up and officially be registered on the website as somebody that's going to be going there for displays. How exciting. Because I've only gone to Lego shows. I've never displayed at a Lego show. So this is going to be a whole nother world experience for me. I've never done before. But I think it will be a very fun experience. I'm sure Charm is going to make sure that I have fun. Because he's the one that's convincing me to come out there. So Charm is going to be my liaison for doing Lego shows. Whoop. Angry Dragon says there is a thing about Brick Fair, Virginia in our Discord group already. Let's see, I did not see that. Shane Hart says, Rob, no, that's the 3-in-1 micro scale white train, not the, oh yeah, that, I know what train you're talking about. Yeah, that's not the one that's coming out soon. That train's okay, but that's not something I'm worried about buying. Oh, you're going to be there as well, Angry Dragon? How awesome. Charm City says, I don't think the 2018 cargo train is still available. Pretty sure it sold out last summer. So I thought it was sold out, but I mean, I never want to say that because I have been known to be wrong before, and I'm sure I will be wrong again. So unless I am 100% certain about anything, I try not to elaborate. But you would be the man to know, because I know you watch a lot of that stuff a lot closer than I do, Charm. Okay, I guess it's time to end the stream now because the bot... No, I'm just kidding. How you doing, Paul Bot? There we go. We got to brick build our plant life. 514, the Discord link is for members only, like Aussie Adams, for example. He says, time flies. Thanks for getting me out of my dark ages, and thanks for being a member for 15 months, Aussie Adams. Again, thank you so much, and being a silver member at that. And you know, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Immosaurus. She actually stopped by my stream the other day. And so out of curiosity, after her popping over here, I thought I'd go check her channel out for a little bit. And I went over there and I saw something that I thought was really neat. And that was she has, I'm going to do something different, but she has this like paper AT-AT that she puts all of her members' names on. And it's always visible in her live streams. So I'm wanting to try and figure out something. I would want it to be more than just a piece of paper though. So I'm trying to figure out some way that maybe every once in a while I can flash it across the screen or something. I'm going to have to possibly write a script or whatever to do what I want to do. But I really liked that idea, and I thought that was a really great way to appreciate and show appreciation to all the awesome people that have been helping support my channel. And Bricklock says, oh crap, there goes the stream. Exactly, Kip. It's Paulbot. Everybody clean. Time to clean. And where did okay. Paulbot in the house. Into Hizzle. Into Hizzle. I don't mind this particular bush technique I'm seeing, but I personally think I have a different technique I kind of like a little better, but this is the instructions we're going with. You know, like I said, I thought that was a really nice idea how she does that. I mean, I know it's hard to see, but I still thought that was a very awesome idea. So I think I'm going to have to steal that and come up with something. Because I think I am at 96 members right now. I'm actually quite surprised at how many members I have. We've been having so many new people sign up here lately. It's been shocking me, to say the least. And yes. And I would really like a way to show everybody thanks and gratitude for that. Really? Robert Sullivan says that the, do you know what the price is of the train set? Currently? And Paul always to the rescue. 1, 2, 3. Oop, don't roll away. I'm not done with you yet. You stream, they will come, and yes, they definitely are coming. I totally agree, Paul. And I've been quite amazed at how many people I have been seeing in the streams and all that here lately. It's been very shocking to me to see exactly how many people keep showing up. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right, I guess would be a really good way to put it. There you go, Kip. It's kind of like the Field of Dreams. Build it and they will come. I'm liking all the printed pieces that I see in this set. This is something that will end up getting removed, but we're going to put it on there anyway because it's part of it. And I personally don't like the fire hydrants like this. I like them with the double brick. You know what? We're gonna fix it before we even start. Hold on. To me, if you're gonna put a fire hydrant in front of the building, it's gotta have a head on all three, on the top and on two sides. Just doing the one side to me doesn't look great. And just because I so happen to have that piece handy, we're gonna modify that right now. There we go. Much better looking fire hydrant, in my opinion. And I forgot to slip a piece in. There we go. At least it was an easy fix. On to page, or book 7. I don't want to smell the person that does it. Robert Sullivan says that the cargo train is available on 3 different websites for your $134.99. So that is the original retail price still too. So that is good to know for those that have not bought the old train. I really recommend that you buy that if you haven't had it, or if you don't have it and you want it. I prefer printed pieces over stickers myself. I do not like stickers. And the reason I don't like stickers is quite simply, if I have to wash my parts or whatever, a lot of times the stickers will come off or get damaged. You can also put the stickers on crooked. Don't get me wrong, I don't see nothing wrong with stickers. It's just me personally, I prefer printed pieces. Peanut Lee said, and another thing to point out about the printed pieces to me, for the prices and how the sets keep getting more and more expensive, it only makes sense that the pieces are printed, in my opinion, because with the expense of the set, they should be printed for the price that they're asking. But again, that's just my 2 cents on it, so to speak. And no, they weren't all small bags, Paul. Well, they actually, technically, they are all small bags. I'm actually surprised at how small the bags are. Well, 134 was the past. Well, you're right, because the big train's $199, isn't it? You're right. Kenneth Swan says the only stickers I like are the clear backed ones. Yes. The only problem with the clear backed stickers, and this again is just kind of my thing with them, is I have a tendency with my big fingers to touch them, and the cleared back ones, typically when I do that, it seems for me anyway, it seems my fingerprint a lot of time is permanently embedded on the back side of it. So I don't necessarily always like the clear ones either. I like them when it's clear. Let me put it this way. I like the clear ones when it's going on a solid brick, but I don't like to use the clear ones when it's going on glass, because that's usually when my fingerprint shows up. Eccentric Bricks, though, isn't on Macari, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't a lot of that stuff, though, not actually Lego? And again, correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I could very well be wrong on that. Because the reason that I bring that up and that I say that about are they not actual Lego, I see a lot of different sites that advertise that they have certain sets, and they're usually a really good price compared to, say, if you bought them from Lego or whatever. And if you look into it just a little bit, you find out that it's something Flago-ish, as Bricklock loves to say. Or as we all lovingly like to tell Bricklock, he's building with Flago. Fake Lego. Kip Hoffman says I use a brick separator to peel. And I've always meant to try that, but I just, like I said, old habits die hard, I guess, would be the best way to put it for me. I just grab them and slap them on. And I know it's not the best way to do it, but that is typically what I do. I just grab and slap. Slap and install. Yeah, it's funny. It seems the bigger that the streams get, the more bots keep continually appearing. So I'm assuming it'll probably only get worse over time. I would be shocked if it doesn't. But it is what it is. And this goes on first. At least it's nothing profanity-wise or anything like that, though. It's just random silliness, so to speak. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Exactly, Shane. It's just like street art. Just try your best to slap it in place and hope it sticks. And like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with stickers. Paul Roos, Brick Addict, for those of you that do not know who I'm talking about, he does some amazing stickers. He took over the Brick Addict website, and actually he's doing a much better job, in my opinion, than the original owner. But my point in bringing that up is because he makes custom stickers, and they are absolutely beautiful. I know a few guys here. I thought Greg was one of them that actually bought some of his stickers. And they do add a nice touch of detail, especially when they're a good quality. And that's why I say it's not that I mind them, but I hate it. My pet peeve, I guess you could say, is when I buy a Lego set, and say that particular Lego set is $250, $300, something like that. I'll give you another really good example, and I don't have it, and I haven't built it, so I don't know. But let's say the Titanic. Let's say you go to build the Titanic. You just spent $700 on a Lego set, and then they give you like 3 sheets of stickers to put on it. To me, that is a pet peeve. For the price that you just paid for this gargantuan Lego set, there should not be any sticker sheets in that set at all. Just my personal feelings on it, because for that kind of a price tag, it should all be printed parts. But again, as I said, that's just kind of my personal little pet peeve, we'll call it. I might even get carried away. You are right, Paul. That is what I keep saying. I may get carried away though, and even modernize this one. I don't know. We're gonna get it in the city and see how I feel about it. I do highly intend though on Bevanizing this particular set. I am in love with the color combinations of it. And now that I know that this is light nougat, this is per Charm City. This fleshy color, if you go to Lego, you are buying light nougat. That is the color you're looking for, is light nougat. But I love that color, and I cannot wait to order a bunch of pieces in that particular color. It's like after the stream tonight, I may even go and order some. Because I do. I love, love, love this color. It's a very nice color. And to alter this building, it's going to take a lot of these nougat pieces. Keep in mind, I do have this set in 2s. There it is. There we go. No, like I said, I feel the exact same way, Mark. And CC says I use a Swiss Army knife to apply stickers. That's probably a good idea. Amanda says sounds yummy, nougat. Yes, because somebody else had said that just a little bit earlier too. Oh, it's Ned that got the stickers. Okay, thank you, Greg. And Robert Sullivan says he uses stickers or scissors. Charm City says you'll be waiting a while. Most of the light nougat is. Thanks, Charm, because I already know where it went. And that's the only reason Charm came on here and told everybody, because he already bought probably about 5 canisters worth of it. Am I wrong, or am I wrong, Charm? I'll lay money that you have a horde of it heading your way. So in other words, what you're saying is if I want to buy some of this, I'm going to have to buy multiple sets to get the parts that I want. That's what I'm picking up from what you just said. Kenneth says parts warning. There ain't no parts to warn. I think Charm already got them all. That's what I'm hearing. Sounds like Charm beat me to the punch that time. He's good for that. He'll tell me about some special part and he'll say, "Oh yeah, but it's sold out." Got to give you a hard time, Charm. Oh, you missed it too? Oh, well that's a first. Normally you tell me about it and then it's sold out and then you say, "Oh yeah, I already got it though." Centric Brick says Bricklink's coming, Daryl. I already have, believe it or not, I already have about a $500 order, or it's a total of $500 in parts ordered that I'm waiting on. Some of the parts are for Privet Drive to finish it up. I have some parts ordered for the Ghostbusters mock, the building behind the Ghostbusters that I'm building, and that's with the dark orange color. And then I have some very special purple, dark purple, translucent dark purple parts that are coming for a skyscraper build that I have in mind that I want to do. And I'll tell you, I plan on using some train track on it. I have a new idea on a unique way that I can use some more train track, and that is what those parts are going to be for. So I have several very large part orders coming, and here's the funny thing, I don't even know if my ideal will work, but that's why I have so many parts, because I buy stuff on a regular basis just based quite simply on me getting a bright idea. Well, that's what he's saying, Paul Bot. They are already sold out on Pick a Brick and Bricks and Pieces. And let me leave it that way so I don't get disoriented. So it is easy to do. Well, I will be, trust me, after I get off here tonight, I will be looking at some parts. See what I can find in Nougat. I know there's going to be quite a few of these that I'm going to need, this little archway. Because if I'm going to expand it, my thought is I want to expand it way out. But we'll see what happens. See how many parts I can get before I talk too big a game anyway. Don't want to talk too big of a game until I know I can get the pieces. No, not bricks. This is I'm going to call it a windscreen piece, I believe is what it's called. It would be the same shape, type of window piece that they would use, for example, on the Slave 1. Oh, they don't call it Slave 1 anymore, do they? Whatever they call Boba Fett's ship now. I thought they changed the name. I can't think of the new ship name. Which that still irritates me. It's always been Slave 1. After all these years, now they're going to change it. But that's just me. It's a little irritation for myself. At least I understood that they changed it to something. I know a lot of people were complaining about it too, and they were talking about changing it back, but I doubt they did. But I will definitely show the pieces I'm talking about in my whenever I get my bricks and pieces or my brick link ordered. Yeah, you could make naked minifigs. Well, I don't know about minifigs, but I don't think they've never made a minifig in that color. You still well, actually I guess they do. They do have a flesh-colored minifig. So my mistake. I'm trying to think. There's a company out there that actually sells partially like bikinis and stuff like that type of sets, and worse, depending on the sites you're going to. Just saying. Give me 1 second and I will come back to the comments, my friends. And I missed a piece there. And there. And just trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing, because I think this is the last page until we go to book 8. At least it's looking that way. Yeah, actually, you are right, Kenneth. They did have that on that last CMF. I have, I'm terrible. And when I say I'm terrible, what I mean by that is here lately, I haven't been buying a lot of the CMFs or anything. I've been more focused on trying to build up my part collection than I have been worrying about sets. And the sets that I do want are like the newer Star Wars sets, the Troop Builder packs, and all that stuff. So, although I do have to say there are some of the new city sets that were just announced, the farm set, that I am extremely interested in. And these were supposed to be on that minifig. And I neglected to put one white brick in somewhere, and there it is. So I know that is not an extra piece. Let's get bag number 8. You're on bricks and pieces now, Paulbot. It's this. Obviously, we're looking for this color brick, both in 1x4, 1x2, and 1x1, the nougat colored bricks. But not only that, I'm looking for this arched piece. And I think there's an upper arch as well. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. Do I have any hopes for the next modular building? I'm still waiting on them to come out with a modular hospital. That's, to me, they got a police station now. I just think they need to build a hospital. City buildings, though, are typically every, 3 years? So I wouldn't, because we just got the hospital or the police station last year. It's going to be a few more years before they come out with another city services building. But that is always my hope, is a modular hospital. I think that would be amazing to see what they would come up with for a hospital. One can only hope, anyway. that would be my go-to or deepest want, or whatever you want to call it, would be a modular hospital. And I need the little, where are you at? Let me split some of these up a little bit, just so it's easier for me to find things. Get some of this glass together. There it is now. Shane. That's funny, Shane. He's got the shower cap on, a guy in his space city. And there's that. There we go. You know what's funny is a lot of these techniques that I see, and it just shows you that Lego does pay attention to all the other builders out there as well. A lot of these techniques I've seen on a lot of different other people's personal builds, as far as like this furniture and such. I want to say these particular furniture techniques I originally found from Brick Spaces, I believe is the name of his particular Instagram page. He does a lot of really unique builds, furniture and otherwise. So if you ever want to get some really cool ideas, and I hope that's the guy's name, is Brick Spaces or Brick Indoor Spaces or something like that. But he does some really cool builds, and I recognize both of these from some of his builds. Yeah, that's DMV. You ain't lying, man. Never has a truer statement been spoken. Yeah, that was it last year or the year before his hospital set. I have two of those. Those are a great set, but I would really love to see what they would come up with for a modular building like this hospital set. Another one of my favorite buildings that they've come up with all these modular buildings, personally anyway, was the town hall. I thought that was an amazing building. Really good design. That was quite a few years ago as well. But it really is a very, very classy looking set. Get on there. And I love, because this is another piece I'm going to want, is this little printed typewriter piece. I love that little piece. That is a very nice little piece. I like their typewriter as a whole. I did a typewriter and it was much more complicated, and this is much simpler, and because they have the printed tile piece, it looks so much nicer than the one that I originally designed years ago, or that I built, I should say, years ago. I got the idea from a different designer myself, but it was a very complicated build and it required a whole bunch of pieces, but it did look amazing. And for anybody that's interested in seeing that particular build that I'm talking about, you would have to go back in my city build instructions and how to tab under my playlists. None of the arches on Pick a Brick or Bricks and Pieces. There are 3 stores on Bricklink. Yeah, I'm sure they do want 55 cents a piece for them. Which that piece might, even on Lego, I guess it could be that much. I don't know. Sometimes Lego asks a lot of money. That is kind of a uniquely shaped piece. But without that arch piece, you can't expand the building and keep with the flow of the building. So that kind of puts a dampening on trying to do any large buildings or anything with it without buying a bunch of sets, and there's really no need to buy a bunch of sets. It really is a lot cheaper if you can just buy the pieces directly from Bricklink, directly from Lego, which is what I prefer myself to do. But it doesn't always work out that way, sadly. But it's I'm not in a huge rush. It's not like it's something I have to have right away, because I do have other projects to keep me occupied while I wait for these parts to be restocked. I'm sure with this being a newer set, the pieces will be restocked fairly quickly. And again, yes, because like I said, I personally, because I am a fan of printed pieces much higher over the stickers. So I definitely agree with you, Shane. I would much rather have that printed typewriter piece as opposed to a sticker piece. So I said I am personally pretty happy with the printed pieces that I'm seeing in this particular set. And for anybody that's like me and wants to get more of those printed pieces, Bricks and Pieces is the place to find them. That is the best place to go. It almost sounded like thunder outside. See, that was weird. 'Cause it definitely ain't thunder weather in my opinion. Oh, you're saying the brick itself, Mike. Is that what you're talking about? Just a regular brick of flesh? Oh, absolutely, Paul. And like I said, that that me personally, it's really much cheaper to just order the pieces directly from Lego, because you don't need, I'll use this particular building as an example. Most people are going to modify it. They're going to buy 2 sets just so they can add an extra one or two of these floors. And there's no need to spend $200 on a second set when you can probably buy about $50 worth of parts and still accomplish the same look. That's why I try to tell people that if you're wanting to make it bigger, it's really better to just buy the pieces. A lot of times I will just say screw it, just because I want extra pieces and I don't care, and I will buy multiple sets. But again, it's just quite simply because I'm trying to add to my collection. But if you're wanting to go bigger and you're wanting it to be cheap, I would recommend just buying it directly from Lego and just getting the exact pieces that you need. It will be much more beneficial for you in the long run. And I feel a sneeze coming on, so if I do sneeze, I apologize in advance. I am trying to hold it in. Stupid allergies. I had dusted out here some of my other sets that I was doing not that long ago, and all that did is I think make a bigger mess and put dust everywhere. Okay. You got to go there. There we go. Now see, that's something I don't get. They could have easily done that and used tan flesh parts, and you really wouldn't have seen them. There is a better way to attach that. I'm not going to worry about it now. But that's the kind of silly things that I hate that Lego does, is put a piece like that visibly through the building when it could easily be made a flesh piece. Just by using some of the pieces that I see here if I had extra, but I do not have any extra of that piece. Just some of my little own personal pet peeves. And apparently we were getting some spam here, guys. Wow. Must be more bots. Bricklock said it was Paul Bot's vacuum. Yeah, actually, I promised her I would stop around 10. But I was hoping to try and get through this bag. Because not only do I have work tomorrow, I gotta leave work and go straight to the dentist tomorrow before I can come home. And so tomorrow will be a little longer than usual for me to get home. Take care, Aussie Adam. We will see you later, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out. Now this is a new part to me. This is a tile with 2 pins on it. That's a cool looking piece. They just keep coming out with more and more interesting pieces, to say the least. And another thing I have to say is I like, because Lego used to do a lot of really what I call thick furniture, and they are starting to build more and more like what I like to build like, which is only 1 brick thick, and you can still add the details to it, but it frees up a lot of space building stuff that small. So those are really nice ways to add really cool features to a build. Oop, come here. That is a very nice way to do a chair. Personally, I would put a small bar on the top of it, though. Oh, they are doing it. Okay. Well, see, they cheated and went and made another new part. It's like a little dumbbell piece. At least in my opinion, they cheated. Get on there. You see, that's the first time I've personally seen that particular piece. But to be fair, I have way too many things that I need to build, which is my own fault. And that is part of the reason why I am trying to just put some sets in my city until I build other things to kind of fill it out and change them out. And then my intention is to put a lot of them back over on my display wall if I build things to replace them with. This is a part I have a couple of, but I don't have a lot of, and I keep meaning to order them, because that part's useful for a lot of things. And it saves you from having to use various tiles. And thank you guys. I see you already answered the questions for me. That's awesome. That's what's so great about having an awesome membership is everybody already knows most of the answers to a lot of the questions that are asked. And they are absolutely right. I am an electrician by trade. So thank you so much for that quick response, guys. Freaking awesome. And it's funny because 3 of you actually answered that question. It was like in unison. Electrician. Feel like I'm at work getting yelled at. Have I ever thought about building a life-size Daryl? No. One of me is enough. And hey, Papa's Bricks, how are you, my friend? And I missed a comment, obviously, and I don't want to scroll back because I'm trying to get this thing together, or through this bag anyway. But Eccentric Bricks, or Eggtown was saying they would love to see something that Eccentric Bricks was talking about. Unless you guys are referring to the life-size Daryl. So that's one thing I've never tried it, so let me say that first. Anything to do with any type of sculpting, because I would consider that more of sculpture. That's how I look at it anyway. And I've never tried to build anything sculpture-like. So I will say this, that it would be interesting to try it, but I've never done it. Take care, Peanut, and good night to you too. And CC says, me too. I'm assuming everybody's ready to go to bed. Yep, it looks like everybody is going to bed. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I need to get off here because the boss is going to start yelling at me soon. We'll pick back up on, this is bag 8. So hopefully tomorrow night I can finish this thing, depending on how early I can get started. But before I go, I always love to roll my beautiful bean footage after I mute my sound effects we have going, the music we have going. And did I miss something? I missed something. Give me 1 second, because I love to roll that beautiful bean footage at the end of every stream so I can make sure that all the people that donated, all the people that joined or subscribed during my live stream get the credits they just deserve. And with that, I want to start by saying a very special thank you to all the people that supported the stream tonight with super chats. And that is, it's always Brick Sergeant first. And again, thank you so much, Brick Sergeant, because I do notice that you donate in every single stream. But Brick Sergeant, Eccentric Bricks, Kenneth Swan, CC, Imagine It 3D. Thank you so much, all you guys, for those amazing super chats. And I also want to welcome our newest members, CC and Imagine It 3D. And thank you so much, Aussie Adams, for being a member for 17 months. That is absolutely amazing. Anyway, though, guys, I do have to get off of here because I do have a long day tomorrow and I do have to go to work. So, as always, I'm going to say thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. I will be streaming again tomorrow night. I will try and start by 8 p.m. at the latest, and I hope to see you there. So I hope everybody has a great night, and God bless.